Hello, everyone, and welcome to another eMoths Moment with Lynesa Williams. Well, today we're going to discuss you plus a little red umbrella equals a successful entrepreneur. Now, I know that sounds like a little fairy tale story or something. A little red umbrella. Lynesa, how is that going to help me be a successful entrepreneur? Well, let me tell you this story really quickly. It's about a town that was experiencing an awful drought. I mean, they hadn't had rain for months. And for whatever reason, they just, they had tried everything, had done everything to come together collectively to, just to see what that they could do to, help to make sure that they don't lose their crops and, all of that. When you don't have rains, things start to perish. Well, they finally petitioned the local pastor and said, can we come together as a community and pray for rain? And guys, the pastor said, what a wonderful idea. So lo and behold, on one Wednesday evening, the whole community got together and they just start petitioning the Lord for rain. I mean, they sent up a powerful prayer. Well, while they were praying, the pastor kind of peeked. You know how we do when we pray, we kind of look up and look around. Well, the pastor looked up and he saw this little girl sitting on the front pew holding a little red umbrella. Now, for the life of him, he was like, okay, what is she doing? I mean, is she confused? I mean, we know we're praying for rain, but why is she sitting in the middle of church holding open a little red umbrella? Well, finally, everyone stopped praying and, people were starting to leave the church. And, the pastor really had to understand why was this little girl doing it. So he ran over there and he said, sweetie, I want to thank you for coming out this evening. However, can I ask you one question? Why were you holding that little red umbrella open here in the church? Well, the little girl in all her innocence smiled and looked at the pastor and said, Pastor, weren't we coming together to pray for rain? I mean, it wasn't that the whole purpose? And the pastor said, yes, absolutely. And I'm so glad that you came here with us. However, I still want to understand why were you holding open a little red umbrella? And she said, because Pastor, if we came here to pray for rain, I knew that once we left, we were going to have rain. I mean, isn't that what faith is all about? Guys, the pastor just shook his head and smiled and said, sweetie, you understand faith more than any of us here. See, everybody at that church came expecting God to hear them, but not really expecting God to honor them. Do you get what I'm saying? They came understanding that God will hear my prayer, but will God really answer my prayer? However, this little girl came expecting a miracle. She knew as long as I have the faith of a mustard seed, no matter what I go to God for, he will not only hear it, but he will answer it. See, we talked about in the blog, what are some things that successful people have in common? Well, I'm going to tell you the one thing that I know successful entrepreneurs have in common is that they have the ability to understand that word called faith. See, they don't doubt for a minute that whatever they set their minds to, not that it might happen, not that it soon will happen, they know it will happen. As long as they have the faith and the understanding that if they take whatever they dream, whatever their desire, whatever they're hoping, wishing, or just point blank, believe it in their heart, if they take that request to the Lord, they are expecting a miracle. So, my question to you is, do you have your little red umbrella? See, you can become a successful entrepreneur, but you've got to have the faith to know you can become a successful entrepreneur. Guys, peace, love, and happiness. And I look forward to dealing and having another eMoths moment with you.